violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
West Memphis family dealing with puddles of pain. Monday night around 10:30, investigators say Yasmin Lewis was shot and killed by a passing driver along I-40 near Mound City Road.
God, we live.
My man was deleted on the streets by a passing driver. Talk about a drive-by shooting.
Up that family. God, we know you're able, and we ask you to work everything out because we realize we living in the last day.
Pastor Gary Blakely and members of his
Okay, I gotta stop him right there. I understand the prayers. I really do. You know, got faith, all that kind of stuff. I'm telling you right now, this is what y'all don't understand. You can't fight the super gremlins with prayers. You really can't. And I get it, having faith and all that. I really do. I empathize with these people for sure. But you can't fight the super gremlins with prayers. Right? Faith without works is dead. He's dead. So, you know, you can call on God. You can call on the name of Jesus and all these things. But you can say it's the last days and all this good stuff, but I mean, bro, is that really going to solve the issue? I mean, yeah, involve more of these young kids in the church for sure. Give them something to live for and whatnot. Hopefully the churches are living by what they're preaching so that a lot of these guys don't walk away from the church, because that's what happens too. A lot of these guys are involved in the church, and then boom, they see that the pastor ain't living the way that he preaching. They see the deacons outside, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. They see the women of the church belonging to the streets coming in, 2, 3 baby daddies, and they're like, oh, I'm off this. I'm off this. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys is it's going to take more than just prayers. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, the super gremlins don't care about prayers. They don't. They don't. Like, they would pull up and spray this whole prayer circle up if one of y'all mentioned their names in a prayer. No cap.
church are not connected to the family, but say they too know what it's like to live with grief.
I've lost 2 sons also. God will give you the strength to endure it.
That is what the family of Yasmin is doing. His big sister telling me by way of text, her baby brother was a good person, loved by so many, and always striving to care for his 3 boys. Unfortunately, this level of pain is one Pastor Blakely knows well.
I would tell them after I lost my son right by my house, 21 years old, he died, and then my grandbaby, he died.
The pastor says the pain certainly does not go away, but it does get easier with time, he says. Sadly, there is yet another family having to travel down the long road of grief. Evidence along I-40 was collected and preserved. Pastor Blakely adds that is what Yasmin's family must do, preserve the memories.
Look to God.
Look to God.
It's hard, but he will relieve the pain.
Yeah.
And honestly, I can't blame any of these people for, you know, walking away from religion altogether, especially all the things that they face. Now, I'm not telling them to do that and all this kind of stuff, but you go through these types of things in a very volatile community. And I mean, there's no way that they're not at least questioning their faith, at least questioning. And I'm not saying that they should be doing that. What I'm saying is that if you get to the point where you question your faith and then you lose all faith in a higher power, quote unquote, would we get some action then? Like, you know, and I'm not saying they're not taking action specifically, these individuals, but even then, are they upholding the street code? Are they enabling the super gremlins and their family to continue to live this type of lifestyle? I mean, if you don't have God to fall back on, how else are you going to solve the issue? Because it seems like all they want to do is pray and, you know, lift the hands and, you know, shake tambourines and shit. But if you don't have God to fall back on, then what's the solution? And I think that's where we need to be at. I'm not saying abandon your faith and all this stuff. I'm saying, imagine just hypothetically, I know, you know, we've got all different types of people in the chat, people who believe, people who don't. We got atheists, agnostics, and all that kind of stuff, different faiths, Buddhists, Hindus, Muslims in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Okay. Shout out to you guys. But if you don't have your faith to fall back on, then how are we going to solve the solution? I think that needs to be the question. Okay? And it definitely starts politically. But according to the recent polls, it doesn't look like the community has severed their blood oath with the Democratic Party.
But the memories always be the good time.
Yeah.
To get them through the more difficult times. In West Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
The Arkansas State Police will oversee this investigation.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Updating breaking news in East Memphis tonight, where a person was shot and killed on Getwell near a college campus. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst.
Near a college campus, guys. Can't make this stuff up.
WREG's Ashley Paul joins us now live from the Memphis Police Department. And Ashley, the details we're getting now seem to be very limited.
Yeah, Greg and Stephanie, well, MPD is staying tight-lipped about what happened on Getwell earlier today. But I did speak to the person who died's fiance.
I mean, how ironic. Somebody murdered on Getwell Road. It doesn't seem like the community has any plans to get well anytime soon.
And she tells us she's desperate for answers. Officials searching for answers as several Memphis police cars line Getwell Road investigating the scene. The victim, according to his fiance, is 34-year-old Rodriguez Jones. She says they were together for 4 years.
Good-hearted person. He loved me. We're supposed to get married.
Rhodes was almost too distraught to talk, but says Jones cared deeply about the people in his life. It was one of her favorite things about him.
He would help anybody. He didn't mind helping nobody. He didn't mind doing nothing for nobody.
Real tears from a real sister. It's about time. It's about time. I hope that she went out and voted. Hope she went out and voted, and I hope she did not vote for the wrong party. But I'm telling you guys, I mean, a lot of this could be resolved if we just get back to those traditional roots that, quite frankly, the community has always been about, always been for, okay? Even dating back to the early 20th century, even the 19th century. But somehow we have gone astray, and we've opened up a dimension, okay? We've opened up a parallel reality that essentially enables these super gremlins to get on demon time.
But we're still learning details about what happened here tonight. According to the Memphis Police Department, officers responded to a shooting call at around 2:30 this afternoon and found one person dead on scene. Sources tell us this was a case of a robbery gone wrong. We're told Jones was armed and trying to rob the home when he was shot and killed. But as those details continue to unfold, Rhodes wants the public to know this.
Just know that it don't matter what a person do, that don't make them a bad person.
Okay, so he was thugged out. He was thugged out. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it sounds like he was hitting a lick and got murked. Let's run it back. Let's get the details.
Officers responded to a shooting call at around 2:30 this afternoon and found one person dead on scene. Sources tell us this was a case of a robbery gone wrong. We're told Jones was armed and trying to rob the home when he was shot and killed.
I mean, he got what he deserved. I mean, this woman, at first I thought it was an innocent guy, but these crocodile tears, ma'am, you knew it. How old are you? And how old is this man? If he's dating you, I'm assuming he's older. I mean, bro, just get a job at this point. Just get a job at this point. Why are you out here robbing people? So he got exactly what he deserved, and we don't feel bad for him. At this point, I don't feel bad for the sister because she copping pleas. Oh, well, it doesn't matter what a person do. Oh, absolutely, it does matter, ma'am.
But as those details continue to unfold, Rhodes wants the public to know this.
Just know that it don't matter what a person do, that don't make them a bad person.
So if a guy, why do they always say this? Oh, it doesn't matter what a person do, it don't make him a bad person. They said the same thing about Hernandez Govan, Lotta Cash Desto's father. Oh, that don't make him a bad person. Even though he put a hit out on young Dolph, it doesn't make him a bad person. He's a great family man, a great father, son, grandfather, all this stuff. Like, bruh, this dude is a POS. He's trying to take from hard-working people, point blank. These super gremlins are on demon time.
When they got a good heart, and he had one.
Now, in a release, Memphis police told us they had one person detained, but so far, no charges have been filed.
Good. If he was defending his home, no charges, let him walk. That's the law. Self-defense. Keep it moving. Keep it pushing. Nobody needs to slide on him. There don't need to be no retaliatory actions. He did what he had to do. He stood on principle. He protected his home and his family. And a super gremlin is 6 feet under, like he should be.
For now, reporting live downtown, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News, Channel 3.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.